I see the Padawan needs one last lesson. Tell me, is it the chosen one? He will avenge us.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Good to see you. I'm trying something a little different today because, dude, for some reason, I don't know what it is about StreamYard. Like, it hates everything that I plug into my computer. I can't seem to get my camera to work. I can't get my microphone to stay on. And, like, it's supposed to be the easiest, most user-friendly platform there is out there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a boomer. But what's up, everybody? Hello. Good evening. I'm going to try, the only thing I don't like about using Streamlabs like this is that I can't seem to figure out how to highlight chats. And I opened up this thing that might get me to highlight chats. It's not even going to get me to highlight chats. What the what, dude? Let's see if this will work. Stick with me, folks. I'm just trying something new today. We're just trying something new. Yeah, I don't know what it is. For some reason, I can't seem to get chat to work on here. Real frustrating. What if I do this? Properties. Yeah, okay, everything looks good there. That looks good. What if we hide it and then bring it back? No? Everything, no? Huh. That's so weird. It works on my other channel sometimes. But anyways, I'm going to be interacting with you guys. I apologize for not getting the chat up on the screen. That's okay. We're going to move forward anyway. So what's going on? What's up, Bobby? Matt Rissman's in here. Sparta 300. Mark Miller. Oh, Mark, what's up, dude? Jay's in here. Leia Rose. Hello, how you doing? Cody. Eichhardt. Halo X-Wing. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Showroom Sabers is in here. Anthony, YouTube fan. Good to see everybody. Darth Weavin. Let me guess. You're at work. You're mad that I'm streaming, that you're at work right now. Of course. Per usual. John Graber's in here. X-Wing, you stud. You're a stud, dude. Absolute stud. Compacted awesomeness. That's what I like to call John. Good dude. Philip Hawkins, what's going on, brother? OG's in here. My man. Okay. All right. Let's get this thing moving along. We got a lot to talk about tonight. It's been an interesting couple days, man. I mean, obviously the elections are finally over. Thank God. Well, I mean, mostly over. They're still counting ballots, whatever that means. But, yeah, it was a crazy couple days. Twitter has been an absolute mob. I've had a lot of fun with it. I actually got blocked for the first time on Twitter, and I got my blue check mark. Like, talk about two great things as a content creator. I got my check mark, and I got blocked. Let's go. I'll take a sip for that one. Okay. Weavin', you going to see, are you going to see Wakanda Forever? You're white, bro. You're not allowed to go see that. Be smart. Come on, man. There's got to be a way to highlight chats. Oh, it drives me nuts. I wonder if... Okay, hold on. I'm going to try something. Because I want you guys... I want you here with me in the stream. I'm going to see if I just re-add it, if maybe that changes everything. We're going to re-add the source. I'm going to call it this. And we're going to see if it makes the connection. Do what you're told, baby. Okay. Looking fresh, looking clean. Let's refresh. Unfreaking believable, man. I can't get it to work. I don't know what the heck is going on there. Anybody a Streamlabs Pro? I'm going to be using this platform probably a lot moving forward, so. Anyway. Take a minute to look at the chat here. Going to the movie scene. Oh, that's right. Wakanda Forever, man. I saw a bunch of people come out of that movie today, and they were just not happy. But I guess a lot of my friends are grifters, so we'll see what happens. But all the stuff surrounding that movie just made me feel like I didn't really want to go see it anyway. I thought the first one was okay. I didn't think Black Panther was like anything to write home about. A lot of people think it's like their favorite Marvel movie ever. And I thought it was good. I mean, Chadwick is an absolute stud, and he brought a lot to that movie, but I wasn't super interested in the second one because it definitely seemed like, oh, Chadwick's gone, like, let's girl power the heck out of this. Anyways, this is the this is the Star Wars address, so let's talk about a little bit of Star Wars. Showroom Sabers for 6 months says, gonna watch Tom during work. All love, brother. Tomorrow during work. 2 M's in there. My bad, bro. Let's get into some news. Okay. Low-key, I'm like not super excited about this, and you guys are gonna have to make your own decisions and let me know exactly how you feel about this. But we had a possible announcement today. I saw it on Twitter. Studio, I'm assuming it's Ghibli, and these things look familiar, these things that I'm seeing on screen. I don't know what you would call it. I mean, it's like an anime character, okay? We see the Lucasfilm screen, and then it cuts to a giant hamster with a slightly smaller hamster, and says Studio. I think it's Ghibli. Ghibli's? What does this mean? Well, I think this could be an announcement for more stuff for Star Wars Visions, a little bit more of the old anime coming to the Star Wars universe. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I got mad when this came out today. I got peeved. It was like, we have heard so much stuff about projects that I just don't give an F about, and grifter's gonna grift. It's just, it's been 3 years since we've gotten a movie. It feels like it's been longer since we've heard anything concrete about an actual movie in production. I mean, we had Patty Jenkins working on Rogue Squadron. That was like the most concrete thing we had. And they threw it in the dumpster. They're like, nah, we're not going to do that, dude. Come on, what are you, crazy? I'm like, seriously? I finally get an X-Wing movie and you're throwing it in the trash? Bruh. And then we get this, Studio Ghibli. Now, I've heard some stuff about these guys, and I don't know, like, 100% exactly what they do. But I have a friend who's a tattoo artist up in Portland, and apparently these are, like, the guys who make there's some cute little egg or something that has a butt, and they do a lot of, like, egg with butt stuff. That sounded really bad. But apparently that's like what they're known for, is like animating food, I guess. So up to you guys. I don't know what you think. Is this like they're gonna make their own feature film? Do you think they're gonna make a? Do you think they're gonna make a Vision season 2 episode? I'm interested to hear what you guys think, because I'm so out of touch with anime because I hate it. I hate it. I actually really hate anime, and I'm sorry for all my fans that are anime fans in here. Look, sometimes we're not gonna like the same stuff. Anime does not do it for me, dude. All the super exaggerated stuff, I just like, I can't do it, dude. I just can't do it. Showroom Saber says, hey, X-Men, we got a collab after the new year. Want to get the new setup with a mic and a cam for our collectible stream. Yeah, dude. Super down. 100%. Super down. Cody Eichholt says, everyone research Leslie Headland and recognize how horrible the Acolyte is. Even for a Disney Star Wars, this will be an abomination. Dude, so kind of interesting that you bring that up, because that's something that I wanted to talk about. Let's see if we can, let's just pull up Leslie Headland on Twitter and see if we can get anything. Do I follow her? I should be. Is it Headland? Or is it Headland? Leslie Headland? Let's do Headland. She's got enough land on that head to... She's got... Come on. What? Is it L-E-Y? Or L-Y? Leslie Headland? There's Anna, that Star Wars. Oh, here. Okay, Leslie Headland. There we go. Oh, God. First one's not great. Imagine hiring Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant to direct a feminist Star Wars show. Oh, no. That was pretty good. Okay, now we know how to spell it, though. Let's do this. Leslie Headland. She's got to be on Twitter. There's no... Dude, if I'm blocked by her, I'm going to be the happiest guy in the world. Leslie Headland. Oh, we got to go to people. What? There's no way that Leslie does not have... I thought I pulled up quotes from her before. Like, I was nearly positive. People from anyone, anywhere. Leslie Headland. Peep her. Okay. Maybe my safe search settings are protecting me from potentially sensitive content on that one. I don't know. Anthony, YouTube fan, says Star Wars Visions is actually one of the better things put out by the company. Could this be a promo for the Grogu short? Imagine if it were a full-length continuation of The Ninth Jedi. Yeah, dude, look, I mean, here's the thing. There's enough room at this point for Star Wars to make, like, everybody happy. I think they have the capital, and I think they have the room to do that. That is, like, not even close to on my bucket list for stuff I want to see for Star Wars. Like, Grogu's already cute enough. You throw, like, big bulgy eyes and like, the, like, overtly crazy, like, Japanese anime acting. It's not for me, man. Like I said, I know a lot of people are going to like it, but here's the deal. Like, if you're going to make that kind of stuff, good, but let's also make the other people happy too, right? And people will argue Andor. We're going to get to Andor a little bit later, but boy, I'd sure like to see a movie. Sure would love to see a Star Wars movie. We'll see. John Graber says, Arcane is awesome, though, and I'm not an anime guy. I don't even know what Arcane is. I'm not going to lie to you. I apologize. I don't know what that is. Anthony says, Headland. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Leslie Headland. Dude, if I got blocked, I'm going to be so happy. Maybe if we, like, go down a little further. God, look at this human. That just looks like somebody you don't want to be friends with. I know. A lot of people are like, you just don't like her because of her political views or her sexuality. Like, I could care less, dude. You just don't look like a happy person. And I wonder why. Maybe something to do with Harvey Weinstein? Anyway, I don't know how these people are still in work in Hollywood, but you know how it goes. Well, I can't seem to find this lady anywhere. If somebody wants to send me a link to Leslie's, what do you call it? Her Twitter, I'll pull it up. I'll take a look at it. You guys are going too fast for me in the chat. I'm going to bring up this stuff, okay? The Grogu shorts. Look, I don't know a whole lot about those, and I should probably know a little bit more. In fact, you know what? Hold on 2 seconds. I'm going to pull up. I can see what I can find in these Grogu shorts. We don't really know, like, 100% what it is yet. It pulled up a bunch of Grogu underwear when I typed in Grogu shorts. Baby Grogu loungewear. I can't even type, dude. It's been a long day at work today. Grogu shorts. Baby Yoda short coming to Disney Plus. All right, let's take a look at this. So Baby Yoda short coming to Disney Plus. Can't get enough of Baby Yoda. Me neither. It's been more than 2 years since we've had a new Mandalorian episode to watch, and another 4 months until next season. We're in need of a Grogu fix. Luckily, Disney understands our plight, and it seems as though they'll be delivering a cuteness overload very soon. Oh, aren't you all just so excited? So look at this. Disney Plus Italy accidentally leaked the information that a short film called Grogu and the Dust Bunnies would soon hit the streaming service. The announcement was quickly deleted, though. Screenshots, of course, are forever. Wants to see me do my best Italian impression here. Speciale. Sabato. Novembre. Star Wars Zen. Grogu and the Dust Bunnies. Corto originale. Originale. So, I don't know what that is. Yeah, Grogu and the Dust Bunnies. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like something perfect for that Studio Ghibli. Studio Ghibli's. Not really interested. Not gonna lie, guys. I don't want to offend anybody's sensibilities here, but again, not really my speed. I'm having a tough time really latching on to any of the content right now, and it feels like it's been a while since I've been like super pumped about a Star Wars project. And I think Andor was the last one that I was really crazy about, and you know, well, we're gonna talk about episode 10 here in a minute, but yeah. Cody says, it's so hard to find OT merch and almost impossible to find prequel trilogy merch in stores. Everything's Grogu. Don't bother going to brick and mortars for Star Wars collectibles anymore. Take it from me. If you're looking for good PT stuff or good OT stuff, go to Mercari. eBay's a little oversaturated right now, but dude, Mercari, I find slammers on Mercari constantly. Really good for prequel trilogy stuff. Especially like some of that first Phantom Menace line, you know, the red card back with Darth Maul on it and stuff like that. Some really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Oh, Cody says, I think she left Twitter due to the Harvey stuff. I hadn't heard that. I don't really keep up on celebrities. I'm not going to lie. I just... I can't be bothered. It takes way too much time. It takes way too much time. All right, chat, you're moving too fast. I'm trying here. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. I saw a comment I wanted to grab here. Hold on. How are you guys liking the background music? I feel like it chills out my stream a little bit. Tim Stock is in here. What's up, buddy? Darth Wizzy Wizard. Hello, my friend. Red Hoodwinked. What's going on? Welcome to the chat. Little green hobgoblin, says Philip Hawkins. Look, I mean, here's the deal. Grogu was an absolute cash cow, and you have to put yourself in Disney's shoes. I mean, anything that guy touches turns to gold because you're reaching out into a whole different spectrum of the audience that usually people aren't going to care about. Or usually that side of your audience is not going to care about. But you throw a cute little Grogu in there, selling merch like crazy. God, that was loud in my ear. I'm going to grab that in a second here. But no, I gotta find this freaking comment. Where did it go? Ah, here we go. No one asked for this. Star Wars isn't for cuteness. I feel like I gotta push back on that a little bit. Well, I don't know. See, it's tough because everybody always brings up the Ewoks, right? In Return of the Jedi. Like nobody asked for that. What is this? They don't have lines. Like it was literally just to sell toys. And like, Yeah, maybe, but like I still love Ewoks to this day. I just think it's because they were done well. And then for some reason I go back and I'll watch the actually I don't go back, I shouldn't say that. I'll be checking around for different Star Wars merch and I see Porg stuff and I'm like, dude, that was like a very, very, very blatant, just like a grab for money. Because at least the Ewoks had like a little bit of a purpose in Return of the Jedi. You know what I mean? Like there was a battle, they needed to be there, they served their purpose. It was a thing. Like Porgs are just, it's just a dumb penguin that Chewie wants to eat. There's really not any point in any of that. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But look, hey, like I said, you're gonna you're gonna make money how you gotta make money. Disney's interested in making money. I just think they can make more money doing it a certain way. Other people think they can do it, a different way. I'm just, in my brain, I think that releasing copious amounts of Disney Plus shows is like not the way forward for Star Wars. It's just not. And I don't know how long they're going to keep doing stuff like this until eventually they just run out of steam and we lose Star Wars. That's essentially what I'm feeling like is happening. Yeah, and Anthony, I see you. Don't forget about Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew's, another one that I don't really know a whole lot about. Obviously, you do a little bit of digging and you got friends who will tell you things, but I don't really have a concrete answer for what it's going to be. A lot of people are saying Stranger Things, Stranger Things, Star Wars. Like, okay, yeah. It wouldn't hurt. I feel like it really wouldn't hurt to come up with something original. Like, maybe let's just do one original thing. Maybe do something original. Corrupt R says, you know what Disney really needs to do to save this is make it with modern audiences in mind. I gotta tell you, that's like, dude, the number one indicator that something is just gonna be absolute garbage, in my mind, is adapted for a modern audience. Those are like the boilerplate words for this is gonna suck ass. So please don't come and see it. Adapted for a modern audience. That modern audience barely exists. If it exists, it barely exists. And most of them aren't going to go out to a movie theater and see it anyway. So who the hell are you making it for? You know what I mean? Scott Westbrook with a $5. What is that? Can I bring this up? I can't even bring it up. It's because my stupid chat thing's not working. Scott Westbrook with a $5. Good job, Fox. Slapping the thumbs up. I appreciate it. What are you you cheering me on? I don't usually solo stream, so maybe he's just like, you're doing good, kid. Keep going. Well, I appreciate it. Brian W's in here. What's up, X? What's up, Brian? How you doing, buddy? We're having kind of a chill night tonight. We're just talking about some of the stuff that's been in the news. Because there's a lot, and all of it just seems to be problematic, slightly problematic for me, I'll be honest with you. And I'm stuffy. Freaking cold out here, man. Sparta 300 ass. X-Wing, you gonna go on the Galactic Starcruiser? I can't afford rent, bro. 5 G's on a weekend? Like, if I had $5,000 to spend on a weekend, like, Mrs. X-Wing and I are going to some unknown island in God knows where, and we're hanging out there. I'm not going to a Galactic Starcruiser at Disney World. Not a chance. Speaking of the devil, she's trying to bring me some pot stickers. I'm in the middle of a solo stream, and she's bringing me pot stickers. No. Can you stick it on the counter? Sorry about that, everybody. Anyways, no, yeah, I don't really have any interest in going there. Honestly, like, if it was one of those things that was, if it was, I don't know, if it was paid for, like, I would definitely go. I would definitely make a lot of videos on it. And I'd be interested to see other people's reactions when it came to, like, how they enjoy the Starcruiser. Honestly, just like, man, you really digging this? Like, okay, I just want to see how other people react to it. I don't know. It's just, it boggles the mind to me. But again, I'm not a sequels fan. I know there are sequels fans out there. I run a Star Wars community. I talk to people about Star Wars pretty much all day, every day. I don't know a whole lot of people that are very interested in going there. And to be honest with you, from what I've looked at from the schedules, it doesn't look like they're getting a lot of people going there. And for $5,000 as your baseline, not a great look, buddy. Not a great look. So I don't know what their end goal is for that. I think there's 1,000 different ways that they could fix the Starcruiser. Limiting all that shit to the sequels is just fucking bad business. Excuse my French. All right, let me get back to the chat here. What's up, Tim Stock? Corrupt R for 10. Thank you very much, brother. You don't have to do that, man. Hey, bud. Have to take off. Hope you have a good evening. See you at the next Star Wars therapy session. Yeah, so Corrupt hit me up just kind of like out of the blue and was like, hey, man, you want to talk about Star Wars a little bit? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So we just kind of behind the scenes, we sat down, we started talking about Star Wars. And I'll be honest with you, man, we just bitched for like, I don't know, it's probably an hour. I had some osso buco, you know, braising in the oven. I'm like, I got some time. Let's sit and talk. And it's crazy. It's interesting because you get, you know, I'm stuck in the middle. There's the, you know, the sequel fans on that end, the original trilogy fans on this end, and I'm writing the prequels. And it's interesting to get other people's viewpoints on how they kind of see the whole thing. And it was shocking to him. You know, he said, are there really like fans of the sequel trilogy? And I'm like, yeah, dude, they're all over the place. So like denying that it exists isn't going to do anything for us. But I mean, I think trying to figure out just how much of them there are and how that affects the future of the content that's made at Star Wars, I feel like that's really the interesting question, for sure. George Lucas is here. What's up, George? How you doing, man? You suck. Why did you sell? Why did you sell? We miss you. We fucking miss you, man. Buy it back. Buy it back. Buy it back. All right. So anyways, moving forward. In other news, this is from Deadline. Paul Haggis found liable on all counts in New York rape civil trial. What? That's not the one I was looking for. Here we go. Is it Sean Levy or Sean Levi? I never know. We'll call him Levy on this one. Sean Levy in talks to direct a Star Wars film after Deadpool 3 and Stranger Things final ips. Interested to hear what you guys think about this one. Namely for the reason of what the projects are that he's attached to. But beyond that, how much do you believe this? And I'm gonna give the chat a second to just kind of like simmer on this. I really want to hear some good answers from you guys, because like, does this mean anything to you at this point? Does this mean anything at all? I'm curious. Let me know. Does this mean anything? Nerd Mafia's in here. If X-Wing had $5K to spend in one weekend, let's just say it rhymes with cocaine and cookers. Felicity Pooball, X-Wing, just like you to complain when your wife is bringing you food. I know, it's very, very sweet. It just feels very awkward to me. It's just awkward, okay? I'm bad at YouTube. Bad at this. I'm like, what do I do? Maybe I should have just brought her in and plopped her down in the seat. She can talk about Star Wars. I don't know if she knows what Star Wars is. I'll be honest with you. Sparta 300. I can go to Hawaii for 5K. Yeah. And you can do well. You can do very well for $5,000. I just do the whole Starcruiser thing still. It's one of those things. I try to explain it, like how much it confuses me. And I don't think that I get the point across well. It's truly boggles the mind. Matt Rissman's calling George Lucas a sellout. We all know how he feels about George Lucas. Darth Wizzy Wizard says the sequel trilogy fan base will die off into a cult territory carried by the Star Wars name. So, good point. Here's what I'll say, Wizzy. This is what's interesting, is that the most concrete stuff that we've gotten on what the next film is going to be is that we're going to have sequel trilogy characters in it. And so, I'm interested to see how that plays out. Again, I was bitching. Grifting, as the grifters do, on a stream the other night, saying, why is with literally 1,000 different roads you can take, why is that the one road that you're taking? The one road that people have like clearly spoken out and saying, hey bro, this is a bad idea. They're like, nah, we should do that again. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Nerd Mafia says, is everyone in talks to direct a Star Wars movie that'll never be made at this point? So that's kind of, there's two angles to this that kind of piss me off, right? So first off, Sean's in talks to direct a Star Wars film after Deadpool 3 and Stranger Things final episode. So, okay, in talks, what does that mean? Second of all, like, we've had talks about 6 different directors actually making a movie, none of which, to my knowledge, actually have done anything at all. And Patty Jenkins, which we got a frickin' trailer for, is shelved as well. So I don't really understand, like, what the fascination right now at Lucasfilm is. I was talking to Maria about this the other day. What is the fascination between hiring the it directors? They have to have the it directors attached to this stuff. They refuse to go back and pull from any of the talent from, I'll call it like old Hollywood. Seriously, like, get Spielberg on a project. Could you imagine if Spielberg made a Star Wars movie? I mean, people like you couldn't. I would be throwing elbows to get to the front of the line to go see a Spielberg friggin' Star Wars movie. So what's the problem with that? And judging by what we saw from the last article that we covered in the last State of Star Wars address, I think there is a culture of fear and indecision. There's a culture of fear and indecision, and I think a lot of people don't want to direct a Star Wars movie because it's a 1-2 punch. You do a bad Star Wars, I mean, look at Rian Johnson, dude. Look at Rian Johnson. I mean, I get that he's making other movies right now, but that guy was plastered. I mean, he was absolutely plastered. And a lot of people say, well, he doesn't give a shit. He's Rian Johnson. I fucking hate the guy. I hate him. I don't like him as a person. This goes, same with like Leslie Headland, same kind of thing. It's just like, I don't have a problem with anything that you believe in. I don't care about any of that stuff. I just legitimately do not like you as a person and how you interact with not only fans, but other stuff in your life. I don't know. Red Hoodwing says, no, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to watch it. Dude, if they put a Star Wars film out in theaters right now, like, people are going to go. Bottom line, people are going to go. People are going to go. Philip says, nah, Disney's just throwing darts at this point to see which one hits. It kind of feels that way, and I don't know what they want from any of these announcements. Like, do they want people to cry out and be excited? Because you get punched in the face so many times, you learn to put up your hands. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I feel like is going on with a lot of the fan base. I just think, I go back to Andor and what's kind of going on with that show and how people are reacting to Andor. And I think, again, dude, it just would have done better if it came earlier. I'll be honest with you. Ghostwriter says, KK likes the it crowd. God damn it, that's not true. Wizzy Wizard said, Spielberg was great in 1982, but yeah, why not? Well, look, it's better than anything that we've heard up to this point. I'd certainly take a Spielberg over a Patty Jenkins or a Sean. You know what I mean? Or another freaking trilogy by Rian Johnson, for the love of God. Please. Nerd Mafia says, imagine a Saving Private Ryan-style Star Wars movie. That'd be pretty gnarly. That would be pretty gnarly, for sure. See, I keep saying, like, I think the 501st stories from, like, Battlefront 2 would be such a good movie. You have Tamara Morrison. You have what you need to get the job done. Get the fucking job done. With the way everything's going with the with the volume, I just feel like it wouldn't be that hard to do. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't make movies for a living, but the ideas are there to make people happy. And honestly, I think something like that kind of exists outside the cultural norm of Star Wars, much like Andor does, could do really well in theaters, especially if it is that kind of adult theme. I think it could do really, really well. So, I don't know. We'll see. Felicity says, people aren't watching the shows. The abuse drove people away. 100%. Yeah. I don't think there's anybody that can deny that. Look, there's all kinds of different brands of whatever you want to call it, deniers. People who say, like, nah, it's just grifters that aren't watching the show. You only hate it because you're watching YouTubers. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life, I'll be honest with you. And honestly, it puts a bad taste in my mouth because I feel like a lot of people say that, and what they're implying is that people can't make up their own mind. If you don't agree with me, it's because you can't make up your own mind. That's such a shitty thing to say to somebody. Like, it's not a good way to go about trying to provide an argument for why something is good or not good. You're basically just calling them stupid. And that's how I hear the arguments, and that's why they kind of piss me off, and I stay off Twitter most of the time, is because that's what I hear, you know? They're like, oh, what, did you watch a couple YouTubers today? And basically all I hear them saying is like, oh, because you're a fucking idiot. And it's like, God, you are not intelligent. If that's the only thing you can do is basically call people names and make an argument based off of nothing except speculation, like, you've already lost. You've already lost. And I'm not going to spend my time arguing with somebody who can't at least make a good point. You know what I mean? Yeah. Darth Wizzy Wizard said, I heard Andor is good. It depends on who you ask, man. So the big question right now for a lot of people watching Andor is, I think, is it Star Wars? Does it feel like Star Wars? And again, that is just such a broad question for so many different people. There's really not a way to pin it down. We're notorious as humans in 2022 for taking a very complicated issue and just boiling it down to one side or the other. It's it's a little ridiculous. But I think for a lot of people who like the expanded universe, I think Andor does super well for them. I think there's a section of people from the original trilogy who are really enjoying the show because there's a little bit of feel for the original trilogy in the show. I think there are a lot of people in the prequel trilogy kind of fan base who don't like it and they think it's really boring. And then I'll be honest with you, kind of per the usual, anything new that Star Wars comes out, the sequel trilogy fan base is just, I mean, they're, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. Just really enjoying the show, I guess. So, yeah, I think, you know, this is kind of one of those things you really got to make up your own mind on it and decide whether or not you think it's good. I don't think this is a good show to go to somebody else to try to find an opinion on. Like, I'm not going to tell you what to think when it comes to Andor, because I think this is really a show that fits for some people and doesn't fit for other people. It's a lot different than, say, going to, like, Rings of Power. Like, I think that's unhealthy for nerddom. Like, you will absolutely get my brutal honest opinion about that show and saying, like, please don't watch it. This is not good for nerddom. This is not good for Lord of the Rings. Please don't. But for Andor, I think it's definitely, you know, give it a watch it at least, you know, give it a try. A lot of people have enough apathy that they're like, I'm never gonna watch the show. And dude, I get it, but I would urge you to at least give it a shot. Maybe skip the entire first half of the season and just start on like 6 and then work your way forward from there. But yeah, you know, in terms of how I think about it, I think it gets a pass, dude. I've been enjoying it. I guess spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen episode 10 yet. I'm going to talk about that a little bit today. And I'm probably going to be going into a little bit of spoiler content when it comes to that, because it was a pretty important episode in terms of stuff that went on. But I thought, you know, I kind of said this early on in the stream last week. I was saying that I was getting a little bored, honestly. I'm not the dude that's gonna like hashtag Andor the show and post it all over Twitter or anything like that, but it had been a long time since we'd gotten anything. I wasn't really feeling the pacing. It had started to slow down to the point where we really had to get something, and I think it should have happened last episode, but we did get it this episode. So we get the prison break in this episode, And I thought it was good. I thought it was well done. There are a lot of things about the prison in that show that I hate, and that I think could have done. They could have done a lot differently to make it feel a little bit more Imperial. And in that sense, I don't like the prison arc of the show. It's really hard to explain. I don't know. Just like when I think about the Empire, what do I think about? Well, I have to go back to like what I originally saw when I saw the Empire. So let's think about like the bridge of a Star Destroyer. Like, is it all crisp, clean white? Like, no, it's not. Think about the Death Star. Was like everything in the Death Star like crisp, clean, and white? Like, no, it definitely wasn't, because what they did really, really well kind of in the original trilogy and again in the prequel trilogy is that they kind of color-coded what they were seeing. So if the bridge of a Star Destroyer is completely black, shiny black on the floor in the hangar, like it contrasts really well with your Stormtrooper, right? So you like... I see Rissman in the chat. I know it's just going to be like, you're fucking wrong! But it contrasts well with the Stormtrooper, and the black, kind of the shiny black, gives off this vibe of just like, okay, this is evil, but it's professional evil. You know what I mean? It's clean evil. This isn't dirty evil. This is polished, black, shiny evil with the Empire. And so I've always kind of equated that with what an Imperial facility should look like. I see Rissman in the chat saying the purpose of the whiteness is for sensory deprivation. Okay, I mean, I would make the argument that completely black would almost be more depravatory of your senses. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of that. I really don't like the way that the guy is wearing literally Burton snowboard boots. And I think, this is a big nitpick for me. I know it's a nitpick, so don't come after me about it. But the guy is wearing Burton, like, quick zip snowboard boots. And I remember my dad, I really hope he's not watching, had them when I was growing up. And I just thought they were so lame. I thought it was the lamest thing in the world. Like, dude, you lace up your snowboard boots. Stop. And they had this like clicky thing that they would put on that just fucking drives me nuts. I know that's a nitpick, but it's one of those things that like, it's so easily avoidable. You have this completely blank hallway. Everything is white. It's way too bright. And then you just have like these dudes walking around in goofy ass snowboard boots. It's just, maybe it's a product of like where I grew up snowboarding. Like you just see it and it fucking drives me up a wall. I would say the only other nitpick I have, or something that I didn't really like, is, up to this point, look, it could change. We didn't get any closure with Gollum. Maybe something happens with that in the future. I don't know. They really seem to be following that kind of, following the trend of like, hey, if you walk in the room and there's a phone, like the phone better come back up later in the scene. So I enjoy that aspect of it. This episode, I'd give it like a 7.5, 7. Yeah, maybe like a 7 out of 10. It was good. It was good enough. It kept me, in it. I enjoyed it. I think Disney needs to look at their blaster play a little more and kind of work on that. There were a couple shots that like the guards took and the guy flew back like 15 feet. That's just not, that doesn't make sense. So again, it's my brain like having consumed so much of this stuff over such a long period of time, and then you see something different and like the smallest things that people wouldn't notice, it just kind of takes you out of it. But I don't know. You would think that the people making this stuff would have people in the room with them like me, just like, no, you can't fucking do that. You can't do that. That's stupid. Why? Well, because you can't be doing that. It doesn't look right. People are gonna see that and they're gonna be way out of whack. Like, that shit doesn't make sense. That's what I enjoyed so much, and don't get mad at me, but some of my favorite like fan service came from the Book of Boba Fett stuff with all the callbacks that they did in the Mando episode for the Phantom Menace. When he builds the Naboo starfighter, and you're just like, it is scene for the Phantom Menace, and like the noises are perfectly there. I mean, the sights, everything is like fucking dead on. It's perfect. And I'm like, I'm there. I'm in the Phantom Menace, but it's, you know, God knows how many years later. It's just, that was a really good moment for me. And it came from a book of Boba Fett out of everything. But anyways. So yeah, I found this article and hold on, let me take a minute. I got to say what's up to the chat. I'm sorry. I apologize. I get on these rants and I just can't help myself. Matt Risman says, look, it's appropriate for a prison. Yeah, I get it. Look, I get it. And then Philip Hawkins brings up exactly what I was thinking. The prison looks like the Galactic Starcruiser. There is a ridiculously close resemblance to the Galactic Starcruiser in Andor's prison. They are like, I mean, it's almost one for one to the point where the color scheme matches. I'm a little afraid to go on the Halcyon and they'd be like, you're not leaving. Fuck. Darth Wizzy says snowboard boots. They are. They're Burton snowboard boots. And then they have a little orange thing on the bottom of them. I stopped. I looked. And I can't remember the name of the guy on Twitter. He's a YouTuber. Kyle Katarn. Kyle Katarn put up a picture of the Imperials walking, and it was just the boots. And he's like, Andor rocks. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Nothing against the guy. I'm just saying, like, that is... you gotta be kidding me right now. Yeah, so that was ridiculous. I mean, the ratings, yeah, Rissman said it was a 9.5. I think that's a little generous. Darth Dang says 9, only because the first half of the season was so boring. 9. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, there's got to be something. Like, they need a hook. That's the big thing for me right now. They need a hook. Now, my favorite part of the episode, hands down, bar none, was the end of the episode when we get Luthen back. Because Luthen, he's got to be, I think he's my favorite Disney Star Wars character. I got to think if I'm missing anybody. Yeah, no, he's my favorite Disney Star Wars character, for sure. Hands down. He gives a speech at the end that I thought was really, really good. And, like, only something that Skarsgård could do, really. At the end of the episode when his buddy, and I can't remember his name right now, if somebody can remind me in the chat what his name was. He's the ISB agent that's been kind of in the background, asks him, you know, what's your sacrifice? And just gives this speech that was like friggin' Daniel Day-Lewis quality speech. It was so good. Lonnie, yeah, thank you, Felicity. I thought that was really good. It was a really good way to end out the episode, kind of on a little more calm. And yeah, I enjoyed that probably more than the prison break, I'll be honest with you. I'm glad they're out of it because I'm ready for something else, to be honest with you. And that's kind of a shitty way to look at a Star Wars show, is like, I'm kind of ready for it to end. Like, I need some closure or some kind of wrap up or some kind of hook. I think that's where I'm at with Andor. But hey, what are you gonna do? I found this article earlier and I thought this was the funniest thing in the world. Sex and Revolution. Andor showrunner Tony Gilroy on challenging the limits of the Star Wars universe. And I pulled this up because I saw something funny from Tony Gilroy. He didn't know that they put Starkiller's armor in Luthen's shop. And he goes, yeah, the art department does shit like that sometimes. I'm like, ha, ha, ha. Way to go, art department, dude. Shows you that there are some good, loving people in the art department working back there, working some stuff in that he doesn't know about it. But and apparently Gilroy's not on Twitter, which is fantastic. I think if you're going to head off a Star Wars show, Lucasfilm should just suspend your fucking Twitter account immediately. Effective immediately when you start writing the script. Go away. I don't want to hear anything you have to say. Don't remove that, wall of mysticism and tell me it's all about, Joe Biden or Donald Trump. Like, I do not give a shit. Just tell a story, please, for the love of God. So Gilroy says he knows how people feel about Andor. While the veteran screenwriter and director, The Devil's Advocate, The Bourne franchise, Michael Clayton, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, does not have a presence on social media, he has occasionally dipped into Twitter incognito to see how audiences have been responding to his Rogue One prequel. And And then in quotations, it's the greatest frickin' thing, Gilroy says with a massive grin. And he basically goes on to say, like, I don't even care. As long as people are talking about it, even if they're arguing, like, great. I'm like, perfect, dude. Good. I can enjoy a good argument. You know what I mean? I can enjoy a good argument. I can't stand idiotic arguments. You know what I mean? Everybody mad about this block. I don't know. I put this tweet out earlier today and everybody freaked the fuck out about it. Oh, can I screen freeze that? She blocked me so I can't see it anymore. I think somebody posted it though. Hold on. Maggie of the town, why are you blocking me, Maggie? Come on. Oh yeah, this is what came up. Shout out to the losers in front of me who literally said, oh no, this is like that Raylo shit. Haha, we won. Won what? What the fuck are you talking about, dude? There were a bunch of really weird responses to this tweet. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna read through those. I just think it's weird. They have this, like, I feel like people like this just have this idea that they have to, like, boy, they latch onto one thing and they just hold on to it for like 5 years. I don't know. When did Rise of Skywalker come out? It was 2019. Yeah. Maybe like move on. I don't know. Do something else. Maggie works at the Collider. Felicity says, Gilroy shouldn't judge how Andor is going by Twitter. I believe it's the least watched Star Wars show. You know how someone from Lucasfilm has advised him of this. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not even gonna try to get into the numbers game. If you guys want to get into the numbers, like, please go follow Valiant Renegade, because he's got that stuff nailed down. Like, I pop into the internet and I get 3 what I think are like solid sources about what's going on, and I make a video and get absolutely plastered for talking about it. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to talk numbers. Is it the least watched? I don't know. Possibly. But I mean, that kind of brings up the old conversation of the old legacy character conversation. Like, hey, how do you get butts in seats? Bring in a freaking legacy character. Doesn't matter if we ruin them. Like, we got those numbers right off the bat. Ugh. Evan Martin, what's up, buddy? Says we need a Palps Hall scene. No. I don't know if that'd be a good thing or a bad thing. It's a bad thing, for sure. It's a really bad thing. We just need to leave that shit alone, for the love of God. Like, come up with your own shit. Andor's finally doing it. They have their own characters. They're doing their own thing. Like, do I mind a little cameo? Like, no, man. Saw Gerrera? Dude, Forrest Whitaker frickin' nailed it. Him and Skarsgård together on screen was like, that was some magical shit. But please don't make this that. It doesn't need to be that. This stands on its own feet. Something that I don't think Disney Star Wars has done for a very long time. So stand on your own feet. Piss me off. X-Wing, are you going to be buying Andor merch? No. I take that back. I might buy Bix. I love Bix. Bix is beauty. I like Bix. Everybody's all freaking out. They're like, oh my God, we had sex canonized for the first time in Star Wars. Like, no, we didn't. Shut up. Luke got born somehow, didn't he? We nearly saw Padme's Yahoo in frickin' episode 3. So, take it easy, man. Cody says, screw that, X-Wing. People plaster you because they don't want to hear the truth. Their emotions can't handle something not being successful and them still being able to like it. That's hard facts right there, buddy. It's not really a better way to say that. That happened somewhere earlier. I don't know. I really need to get off Twitter, but I mean, essentially that's what happened. Somebody was like, hey, look, this is facts. And somebody was like, no, you're just a piece of crap. And I'm like, well, I don't think I need to be on here anymore. I really wish I could find Leslie Headland on Twitter. It's kind of frustrating that she's not. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about Acolyte. Honestly, so, I mean, I've told you how I feel about Leslie Headland. I think she's a trash human being. Absolutely horrible human being. I don't know how you can do all of the things and or be associated with all of the things that that woman is and then still have a high and mighty opinion of yourself, especially when it comes to feminism or women in general. I'm not a woman, so maybe I just don't understand, but I find it very interesting that she's being propped up as this amazing lady. You make up your own mind. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, go fuck yourself. Anyways. Yeah, and Andy Serkis, Matt Rissman, I apologize. Yeah, Andy Serkis as well. I mean, look, there's like no right for actors that good to be in Star Wars. Maybe that's why people are saying it's not like Star Wars, because we're so used to kind of the opposite end. But I mean, you got like Andy Serkis, Forrest Whitaker's in there. Like, dude, Skarsgård is nailing it. I don't know if we've ever had really this like seasoned quality caliber of actors in Star Wars, it's definitely made the show interesting. It adds a lot of drama for me, I guess. I'm enjoying it. Their Mafia says, don't stand on other people's feet. It's very rude. Shut up. Cody says, Disney Plus loses hundreds of millions a year. I think a lot of businesses lose hundreds of millions a year. I don't really know. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, when it comes to how much that stuff affects the business, when it comes to viewership and numbers and stuff like that, please go sub to Valiant Renegade. That is like not my deal. I'd like to be on the the heartbeat of the fan base, talking about what the people want, not what Disney's making. That is 100% Valiant's deal. Kay says, Acolyte seems fine so far to me. Yeah, I mean, well, we don't know anything about it. I'll be honest with you. I mean, we know it's at the end of the High Republic, which was kind of an unmitigated failure for the story group over there. Again, I read a couple of the books. Wasn't a fan. There are plenty of people who do like them. Good for you, man. But fuck, I thought it was terrible. And the funniest part was everybody was making fun of Geode, the rock, and the ship named the Vessel. I was like the only good one. Honestly, like Geode was like the only good character in the entirety of that shit. What are you gonna do? Best character you can write is a rock. Anyway. Acting is outstanding. Yeah, totally agree, John. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Ronnie wants to see Geode in the Acolyte. Look, you may get what you want, dude. Bottom line is, it's definitely fits in for the canon. And you know what's crazy to me, dude? Like, people are fucking talking about this on Star Wars streams right now. Like, this is the kind of shit that we're talking about. Sorry, let me gather myself for a minute. What's up, Wolf Toe? How you doing, man? Wolf Toe. Interesting. Bob Iger is the reason we're in this mess. Chapek is a stooge. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Zaslav's power. If you research Leslie's career and the High Republic, you'll understand why the Acolyte is dead on arrival. DOA. Yeah, I mean, look, here's the deal. History will repeat itself over and over and over and over again. It's going to be the same thing that happened last time. It's going to be the same thing that happens the time after that. Acolyte's going to come out. People are going to watch it like crazy, whether it's hate watching it or because they're really excited for the High Republic or because they want to watch for Whammon Power for Leslie Headland. Whatever they want to watch the show for. Maybe some people are going to watch it because, holy shit, we're going to get a lightsaber that doesn't look dumb for once. Maybe. People are going to watch it. And then what's going to happen? Once 2 or 3 episodes are in and people have consumed the content, the grifters are going to start coming out and picking it apart and saying shit that's wrong with it. Probably count me among one of them unless it's good. And look, I'm willing to admit that if the show comes out and it's good, I will step down from my freaking high horse and be like, look, they made a good show. Bottom line. It's a good show. I just don't think that I'm going to be there. But we'll see. And then eventually we'll get halfway through the season. The videos are going to be coming out saying, F the Acolyte, this is woke as hell. Other people are going to be saying, don't listen to the Rossist Yahtzees from, you know, so-and-so about the show. It's a tale as old as time. This is how this thing goes. And then there will be lies about the viewership, and then the truth will come out about the viewership, and then everybody's going to forget about it because Ahsoka's coming out next. Welcome to the pop culture cycle. That's how the shit goes. And you'll catch me right in the middle of it, baby. That's just how this stuff goes, man. But I will be watching the show. I will be covering it completely. I'll give it a fair shake, man. I'm willing to give anything a fair shake. Unfortunately, we've become so quick to, we've been really quick to just kind of shut anything down when it comes to like a now director, or shut anything down because of the showrunner, or whatever the case may be. And it's so funny because there are other times we are so quick to be like, bro, we are going to love Book of Boba Fett, all killer, no filler. Bobby Rodriguez is going to fucking nail this. It's Boba Fett. How can we lose? And then we get what we get. So I think it's important to have a modicum of, what's the word I'm looking for here? A little bit of decorum when it comes to talking about a new show that's coming out, regardless of who the showrunner is. Because, man, I always go back to like when they said Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker, and I'm like, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. I hate this. I don't want any part of it. And Heath Ledger is still, to this day, even more than Joaquin, my favorite Joker that we've ever had in a Batman. So it's tough. Leslie Headland fucking sucks as a human being, and I really don't like her. But that doesn't mean that we don't have like an awesome art department that could be walking on the show. Maybe good stunt coordinators. There's all kinds of things that could make a good show. But having said that, fuck Leslie Headland. Sorry about that. Really don't like the human being. 40 people up in this piece. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I gotta dip out. There's a bunch of other stuff I gotta do tonight, so I apologize. I gotta run. I may be doing a little bit of gaming on Stash Rendar later, so if you have any interest in hanging out, go ahead and follow that channel. I should probably link it in my description because I never do that. But yeah, thank you for joining me for another State of the Star Wars address. I'm going to be doing these every time we get something good to talk about, because honestly, or something bad to talk about. There hasn't really been like a whole lot of good stuff. Hasn't really been a whole lot of good stuff, and I'm hoping that we get something good, because I'm just kind of fucking tired of being a little upset all the time. So everybody have a good night. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you on the next one. Chigga, chigga, ciao.